好きです。俺と付き合ってください。
愛情くん。
You are a worthless bitch ass nigga. Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
This man right here is Rentarou, and he took 100 shots at girls in middle school and missed every one of them. But once you hit rock bottom, you can only go up, and luckily for him, he just so happens to encounter God from Temu, who tells him that he's destined to find 100 soulmates, and from this point on, he turns into Duke Dennis. All these girlfriends he ends up encountering really love him, and be getting wicked sometimes that I can't show or YouTube's gonna. Now, what's something that most anime niggas have in common? They have no. Yeah, little nigga, I'm talking to you. Don't worry though, since we in the same boat. This don't apply to Rentarou though. His roster is on the same caliber as the 2019 Warriors. Bro has a tsundere, a yandere, a quiet girl, a freaky nerd, an alluring chemist, and a fucking MILF. Rentarou's life changed forever on his first day of high school when he locked eye contact with these two girls, and they quite literally instantly fell in love with him. The pink-haired girl is Hakari, and the orange-haired one is Karane. Hakari is a freakazoid. She faked twisting her ankle just to show off her thighs. Rentarou out here shedding tears since he thinks he deadass hurt her, and she about from just looking at his face. They end up walking around the hallway together, and they both on his body. You can tell bro was not built for this. These girls walk by talking about some, if you ask your crush out with a pink 4-leaf clover, they'll definitely say yes. So both Karane and Hakari hit the dash. Rentarou ends up trying to comfort Karane by giving her a drink, and she goes full tsundere mode, talking about, you're so gross. And as soon as she says thanks, she runs off. Hakari spawns back in, and she's up to no good. Just look at her facial expression at the thought of having an indirect kiss with Rentarou. She then proceeds to get on her knees and confess her love to Rentarou. This nigga is shook. He never thought he could make it this far. He even got the tsundere confessing her love to him on episode 1. Not even Issei from high school DxD can pull this off. They end up pressing him about which one of them he wants to choose to be his girlfriend. And bro hits them with the next day transition in real time. The next thing you know, he's all fucked up and ready to make his decision to make both of them his girlfriends. Obviously, Karane is quick to call him out, but he ends up pulling out the pink 4-leaf clovers they were looking for earlier, and they both fold. Both Karane and Hakari get on this nigga's body, and they lived happily ever after. Introducing Shizuka. She's a quiet girl who's never had any friends due to her speech anxiety. And it doesn't help that her mother used to beat her up for it too, but she'd finally find happiness the day Rentarou entered her life. Just like with his other two girlfriends at the time, it was love at first sight. But Shizuka isn't like the others. She doesn't have the tenacity of Karane or the charm of Hakari. She can't even utter a sentence and speaks through her favorite book, Circuit Love Story. A love story that centers around a princess and a knight who are destined to never be together due to their difference in class. Shizuka ends up giving Rentarou volume 1 of the story, and they end up forming a genuine bond while chatting on a bench one afternoon. But Rentarou notices Shizuka is never speaking with him eye to eye and always looking at her book, so he decides to surprise her with a text-to-speech version of Circlet on her phone, so that they can conversate properly. The crying, the way he confesses his love to her, and the way their relationship is the same as the princess and knight in the book is absolute cinema. I had to try my hardest not to cry when watching this for the first time. Moments like this are why I appreciate Rentarou as an MC. While most harem protagonists tend to be beta male horn dogs, Rentarou is actually quite genuine. He literally took hours out of his day to help a teacher find his glasses in the first episode. Now, does being genuine help him escape the degeneracy that comes with being in a harem anime? Fuck no! Introducing Nano, the freaky nerd. She was ranked number 1 on the midterm exam with a perfect score. They be hyping up her intelligence like she a real life ChatGPT. She starts crashing out when she gets home because she can't seem to figure out why she was sucking on Rentaru's finger earlier. Shorty was out here scribbling the exact value of pi to clear her head, but this still doesn't calm her head down. So she decides to confess her love to Rentaru in the most direct, nonchalant way possible. And next thing you know, they're on an amusement park date. They ride a carousel together, visit a haunted house that didn't even faze Nano one bit, a tea party ride that made Nano rethink her life choices, a maze that makes her question her IQ, and the cliche Ferris wheel ride that makes her challenge her fear of heights. But Rentaro is there to comfort her, and it's this moment that makes her realize the importance of making memories. And she ends up giving him the love smooch of doom as a way to solidify her love. They hold each other's hands and walk towards the sun, living happily ever after. Wait, who's this? She's bad as fuck!
Later that day.
Wait, don't tell me she's a lolly. Introducing Kusuri, the alluring chemist. You might be wondering why she looks so young. Well, remember that potion she was holding earlier? Turns out it was a failed experiment at making her immortal, and now she can only turn back into her true self for less than an hour a day, which is such a shame since she would have been the baddest on the roster. But the author just seems to love lollies for some reason. I'm #noticing. Kusuri doesn't even get to have a true romantic moment with Rentaro besides having to perform CPR on him. Instead, she makes this love potion and gives it to the other girls. The video's titled "This Romance Anime is Too Freaky" for a reason. Y'all niggas thought I was trolling. Hakari is the freakiest of them all. The potions end up turning the girls into love zombies that all just want to make out with Rentaro. This shit deadass turned into The Walking Dead for a whole ass episode, and of course the winner turns out to be Nano, the freaky nerd. Kusuri got all the spotlight taken from her in her debut, but at least she got the kiss to end off the episode. But if you think the way Nano stole the spotlight is crazy, no one takes the spotlight more than introducing Hahari. This nigga Rentaro so rizzy, he got a MILF to fall for him. And if the daughter is a freaky deek, then of course the mom is gonna be a super freak 1000. Karane might be the only person with a functioning brain, since she's the only one who sees something wrong with this relationship. Nah, I'm just kidding. Everyone has the same look of confusion. Just look at Nano. She don't want to be surrounded by these fools. No matter how freaky this woman is or appears, nothing could have prepared me for.
私もう我慢できない。
ははりさん、
私の部屋に来て。
Is you gonna suck my dick? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go crazy!
いいよレンタロウちゃん、お願いレンタロウちゃん、もっともっと。
This nigga caught a body in season 1 and it was a MILF. Sorry Rentaro, I wasn't familiar with your game. This man's game is up there on the Mount Rushmore with Duke D. Block Dennis, Michael B. Jordan, and Tom Holland. And he's collecting these girls like they Infinity Stones. Exhibit A, the pool party. Out the gate, he got 3 girls fitted up for him. Look at his reaction. He's so happy to be alive. Shout out Shizuka for wearing a proper swimsuit. She made Rentaro cry tears of joy. Meanwhile, Karane won't even show her fit off. Hakari was really playing elite offense. She was showing her boobs with no shame. But Nano wasn't gonna let that slide. They went boob for boob. Bro Rentaro's looking like Sanji on Fishman Island. He's not built for this. What do you do when the love of your life is passed out? You give him sexy CPR, but even that's not enough to resurrect him. These EDP variants pull up trying to cop a feel on Hakari, but Rentaro pulls up for the clutch. But this nigga doesn't believe both these girls are Rentaros, so they both give him individual kisses. I'm in shock just watching this. Imagine Unk's reaction in the show. He can't believe how freaky these youngins are. Rentaro goes sprinting for Shizuka, but her phone is dead, so she's forced to use her voice in order to grab his attention. And like the W boyfriend he is, Rentaro picks her voice up instantly, rescues her, and gets rewarded with a kiss. Last but not least, there's everyone's favorite tsundere, Karane. And Rentaro simply just takes her cloth off with no consent. But that's apparently okay, because he ends up complimenting her swimsuit and they very aggressively make out.
かわいい。
レンタロウ。
カラネかわいい。
好き。
かわいいかわいいかわいい。
好き。大好き。レンタロウ大好き。レンタロウ大好き。
Better yet, let's go back to when it was only Hakari and Karane sharing Rentaro, and they were arguing about who should be the first kiss. So Rentaro devised a system where they split up at randomized points based on a dice roll, while having them both blindfolded with music on at full blast. Rolls the dice again and waits a random amount of time based on his roll, so none of the two can know how long he waited in between kisses. Then rolls again. If the number is odd, he goes left, and vice versa. Kisses the first and proceeds to kiss the second. This way, neither of the girls can ever find out who was kissed first. This nigga got unmatched riz and has the IQ of Light Yagami. Plus he got them to do a UFO kiss anyways. Oh my god, he don't miss. Remember that one time the girls turned into love zombies? Hakari and Karane end up duo queuing in order to hunt down Rentaro. This big Karane catapulted Hakari. They end up sharing Rentaro as per usual, but eventually end up arguing. And how exactly does his argument finish?
Nice.
This little nigga got so much aura, he turned his girls lesbian. I've seen it all. I would top this video off by including the bad scene, but like I said earlier, I'm not trying to... A tsundere, a yandere, a quiet girl, a freaky nerd, an alluring chemist, and a fucking MILF. Rentaro's roster is elite. And some freaks as well. This is only the scratch of the roster. He's still got 94 more girlfriends to capture, like he's read with the Kanto decks. 100 Girlfriends is doing the impossible. It's a harem anime that somehow is managing to tell an obscure story while not losing the plot, unlike another harem anime that's still going on somehow. Yeah, it might be doing the most with the fan service sometimes, but the main character is a MILF slayer. Ain't no way I actually just said that, bruh. Rentaro isn't just some Chad. He's a genuine guy who actually cares about all his individual girlfriends. Haters will say he's only in this position since God got carried away during his Netflix binge, but this is the same guy that got rejected 100 times in middle school. A wise man once said, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. And just like how Isugi was granted with luck at the end of U20, Rentaro was granted with 100 soulmates. Even though he's kinda gaslit to love them all, since if he only chooses one, the other 99 will die. Basically what I'm trying to say is, I'd rather go 0 for 30 than go 0 for 9. You go 0 for 9, that means you stopped shooting. That means you lost confidence. Shout out Dion Waiters.